what's up guys, Andy here, and today we're reviewing over Fairy Tail episode 304 titled Fairy Tail Zero. Now, at first I thought this was just going to be a recap of Fairy Tail Zero, but it wasn't. It started off that way and it appeared that it was going to continue to be that, but it was nowhere near that. So, this episode overall, very, very good. A lot of little stuff happened, nothing major. We got to see what Irene's spell actually did, and we got to see a little bit more of everybody, just kind of how it affected everyone. But we'll be talking all about that in the actual episode review. On top of that, this episode had new intro, new outro. Loved the intro a lot. The new outro was nice as well, but the intro was amazing. It wasn't nothing super special, but it was good. They also had brand new cutscenes and a new title card that looked fantastic. I can't express how much I loved those because those were amazing. But yeah, we're about to be seeing a lot of really cool fights and a lot of things came together. And they discussed how Gajiel got saved, so I'm really happy about that because they could have just pulled some bullshit, but it kind of was pulling a little bit of bullshit, but not really. We got a huge fight set up for next episode and huge confrontation for next episode, hopefully anyway. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. So without further delay, let's go ahead and jump right in onto this video. If you do end up liking the video or you just want to help the channel out, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go on in. Alright, so we start this episode off, like I said, with a little bit of recap of Fairy Tail Zero with Mavis and Zera. We'll talk about that in a minute, though. We cut into the new intro. Like I said, it was amazing. I loved it. Go check it out yourself. And we cut into the episode where we find that Mavis and Kana were split once the Lumen Historiaire was broken up. We find out, though, that's because of Irene's magic, but we'll talk about all that in a minute. We get this title card, which was slick as fuck. The animation on this looked amazing. Like, this looks good, but the animation leading to it was better. We find out that Mavis is still in the guild hall while everyone else is gone, but so is Zeref. Now, with Zeref being in the guild hall with Mavis alone, I feel like this is going to set up a huge confrontation going on forward. But we do find out that, they have some crude dialogue between each other. Mavis is like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "Why are you alive?" And I was just like, damn, son, chill. And then, we got our fuck you hero moment because fan service is apparently a big seller to Hero. We get this scene, and this kind of really put it over to the top that everyone was separated. And at first I thought, well, if that's all her spell did, then that's retarded. But that's not all her spell did. But we do get to see Gray, Urza, and Juvia here, who were all separated as well. And they can't find Wendy or Charlotte, and Urza is hurt bad. But they meet up with Urza, Natsu, and all of them eventually. But we cut over here to the whole kind of like side character group, along with Makarov, Lizana, and Mira Jane. And Romeo says the enemy is coming, so they've got to get out of Dodge quick. But, Mavis decides to fight. We come to find out that August and Brandish did stay together, and the attack didn't kill them because Natsu absorbed most of it because it was a heat-based attack, and Brandish closed their wound with her shrinking magic. But it was, in fact, Irene's magic, and he actually played this up nicely. They said that Irene did this to get Zeref close to Mavis and Agnologia as far away as possible. That way that they could end the war quicker. But we also find out that the whole mass of Fiore was shrunk down to 1/20th of its original size or tinier. Which means it's a small war field and all the pieces are in place. So, where did Irene appear? The capital. She is in the king's chair here. And we've got the guards here kind of pointing it down. We'll talk about that in a minute because some cool shit happens with that. We cut over to Gajiel, and he goes, "If I remember right, I should be dead." And that's when, we find out, yeah, it was the blast. He was saved by Irene's magic, where pulled him out of hell and scattered him. I'm glad they talked about that, because Zera shows up here and she's like, I was one of the first fairies and I'm really bad with people, and she explains how she's there. Apparently when Mavis got her consciousness back, she appeared because it was one of Mavis's spells, and this is exactly what I was looking at. I'm like, what? So apparently when Mavis remembers Zera, she'll disappear, but she's going to help them while she can. So she gets on the old tune here, and she's talking to everybody, but before that, Irene beat all the guards in literally less than a second, including the big guy. I forgot his name, but he was like the princess's personal guard. And she turned the princess into a mouse, and she looked at the king, and she goes, can you still love your daughter now? And I was just like, Jesus, fuck, dude, you're insane. And she's about to kill him. And then she smells something. She either smelled or sensed something. I couldn't really tell. And she looked out the window, and she used her huge fucking eye thing, and she seen Urza. And she said, scarlet hair. It couldn't be. And that's when, we kind of get more predictions that, she's Urza's mom. But then we cut over to these two again. They're Irene's division, and they are fighting Mavis's group, Makarov's group. And pretty much they're kicking everybody's ass, and they see Mira Jane, and they're like, she's got some power. Let's take her out first. And we get this transmission, like I was saying. She tells everybody exactly where the guild hall is. And they hear Gajiel in the back, so they know to trust her, because no one knows her voice, but they know Gajiel's with her, so they know they can trust her. And when Levy heard Gajiel's voice, I'm not going to lie, guys, I almost cried here. This was a very beautiful scene. It was just amazing, because Levy had reassurance that, Gajiel was alive. And so, yeah, we cut back to Mira Jane fighting these two. I can't remember their name, Juliet and Hyde or something like that. I think it's like a play on Jekyll and Hyde, but girl names, so that's pretty cool. She hits him with this spell and tells Lizana and the rest of the gang to go on to the guild hall. She'll take care of them. We cut over to Elfman and Yukino and the two cats, Frosh and I forget the other one's name. Fuck. I can't remember. Frosh and Sting's cat, and they find out that Yukino and Sorano are sisters. But we come back to Mira Jane, and this was a cool line of dialogue. They go, what kind of fool would show their full power at first? And Mira Jane's like, yeah, you're right. I picked up these when we fought Tartarus, and she one-shots them. But she finds out that they were just swords, and this was augmentation magic. And it was a black sword and a white sword, and they just were given personalities. And it's a really messed up thing to think about, because you're toying with someone's life. And she says, I can't believe there's a wizard that horrific. And that's really where this episode ends, gang. That's it. That's the end of the episode right there. And this is really going to be cool to see Mira Jane get her ass kicked by Irene. Because she's already hurt, so it won't hurt her as a character. But it'll give somebody who we know is strong and who we've seen displayed, someone she can beat. That way she's legitimized. Because just taking out the Royal Guard, that's not cool. Standing up to Agnologia is pretty cool, but when she needs more recognition before she fights Urza. So, yeah, I really loved this episode, gang. A really cool episode. I loved it today. I'm really sorry I got to it about 3 hours late, though. My internet went out, and I was on fucking the phone for I was on the phone for an hour before they answered with tech support. And then about 45 minutes on the phone with them. And it come to find out I just had to reset my modem, like hard reset it. And I was pretty pissed because they were like, you're going to have to buy a new modem and all this shit. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to do any videos for like the next week. But no, it all worked out in the end. So, yeah, that's it for the day, guys. Fairy Tale 304 is in the bag. If you like this video, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Or if you just want to help the channel out in general, don't forget to, hit me up with that subscribble. And head over to my Twitter if you want to follow me there. I don't really post much. But my Instagram's been popping the last few days. Hit that up. Anime stuff, pretty much. Not just the channel, but, yeah. Had a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. And catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. feel the wind in my hair.